name's Art. I'm back to do another video. This is the third time I'm trying to do this video, and for some reason the videos are not loading up. Gotta figure that one out. But anyway, it just started to rain and I took a quick nap. Didn't sleep much last night, but that's cool. Okay, I want to talk about a comic book event that happened in the 90s. At that time, the X-Men was very, very popular. Very, very popular. Super popular. Oh. One of my subscribers and my friend by the name of Tony asked me to do a video with my figures in the back. I couldn't figure out how to do this, and then I finally figured out how I can do this. So that's what I'm doing. So you can see pretty much all the majority of the figures I have. Okay, back in the 90s, that's when a lot of speculators, and to some extent was collecting comics because they figured it's gonna make some money. A lot of fans at the time loved the stories at the time. I mean, true, there's some story. I mean, right now, some comic books they believe it's too socially conscious. Some people believe that most comics are so socially conscious and ruin the spirit of the characters and all sorts of stuff. But I want to talk to you about storyline through the X-Men when the X-Men became really popular, called Xcutioner song. And boy, it was a good story. Now, personally, I should have reread, before I did this video, I should have reread the story, because I don't remember everything that happened, to try to highlight it. But then again, if I would have read the story, this video might be 2 hours long. Who knows? So I'm going to just do a synopsis, a quick synopsis. And of course, it's like I said, back at that time, they had a gimmick to get you to buy the comic. Now, what happened is I bought more than one copy. The copy that I read is in my garage right now, I believe. So let me show you. This is the first issue of it. It's in a poly bag, and it's sealed. Like I said, I have another copy. So this one I'm bagged and boarded, and I'm going to put up. And I tell you the truth, right now this comic is technically, see, X-Men 294. It's in pretty decent condition, and it's worth about $4. Because at that time they ran so many prints. So, and it came with a card in the back. And as you see right here, it says, hey, it comes with a trading card. And this one listed every single comic that's involved in the story. Now, and so of course, a lot of people, some people were smart and just bought one copy. Me, I bought 2, maybe 3 copies. But then again, note the price. $1.25. Sorry, $1.50. $1.50. So I mean, could blame me. At that time, $1.50 was a great deal for comics, and you could spend $20. Tell you the truth, if you all this 150, let's put it this way. Let's take 150, multiply by 12. That's $18. So at the time, if I'd wait till every one of these came out, $20 would pay for everything. Now you see how cheap it is. And today, you could buy the graphic novel between $20 and $30, and you could probably buy the actual comics itself for a good price. The most is probably $4 to $5 tops, so maybe $60, $50 to $60 for every to get out the whole series, which, in my opinion, is a kind of a cheap buy. Considering most comics, some comics are worth a little bit more. Okay, so let's look at the first issue. You see this man Cable standing over at Xavier. Xavier got shot, almost died. Us at the time when Cable just came out, he was a big hot character, very hot character. And now we see with this, like, whoa, man. So of course, since Professor X got shot, you know the X-Men not that far behind. Let's go after it. And guess what? Cable fronted this group called X-Force. So, boom, they were fighting each other. Then when it came around, some big names came out. Some big names. Here, see, part 2 is in X Factor. This happened in all the X-Men books. It's polygraphed, of course, with a card. And then number 3, one of the biggest baddies in the X-Men universe, Apocalypse, shows up. And of course, as you can see, look at Wolverine on the cover. You know it's on and popping. X-Force. Big fight. You saw this, and you look up and say, oh damn. Look at Apocalypse get his ass kicked. Something bad's happening. Another baddie, Mr. Sinister, pops up in this whole thing as well. But as you can see right here, look at that. Has some of the sickest covers out there at the time. This guy named is Strife. He's a clone of Cable. He's the one who shot. He's the one who framed Cable for it. And so, of course, when they found out that this guy was involved in the whole mess, as usual, as comic book fashion, all teams got banded together to try to fight this dude. You know, I'm gonna have to go in my garage and try to find this so I can read it again. And like I said, but one of the best is this cover right here. Very significant event, part of it. Right here is Archangel. He used to be Angel, which was one of the original X-Men. He died in a plane. Plane exploded. Apocalypse technically rescued him, converted him to Archangel, and he became one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. And as you can see in this one, nasty. Bad. Now, one thing is that originally it's rumored that they was going to have Magneto pop up. And there was a rumor, I heard there was a rumor that it was going to have Magneto pop up in the whole thing and do some, and rip off Wolverine's adamantium. Luckily that was scrapped. If that was true, luckily that was scrapped because Fatal Attractions came out a couple years later. Awesome storyline. Very awesome storyline. Another big, and it also lead up to this, also laid the seeds for something else that happened in the future called the Legacy Virus, which wiped out a lot of mutant kind and stuff like that. In the X-Men, wiped out a lot of mutants, and some of the X-Men was still affected by it. So it laid the seeds for that later on. So this series, it laid the groundwork for things that happen in the future, and that's what good comic book writing does. A story not necessarily tells you a story right then itself, but sometimes it can lay down the foundation for a future story. And that's what happened in the 90s significantly. Now, not so much. Like I said, I just started collecting recently, and from what I understand, when I've been reading, not so much now. But anyway, that was a brief synopsis of the story. Like the first comic right there is worth, like this comic right here, you could probably get a very awesome copy for for less than $10. So, in theory, for between 60 to $100, you could buy the whole actual comics itself, or buy the graphic novel, which is $20 to $30. These are what I call an awesome condition. So, it is not bad. This is one of those kind of things where you think that a comic's going to hit big because of some of this, and guess what? Sometimes it hit big and sometimes it don't. Trust me, a lot of times I look up and say, man, why do I have 2 or 3 copies of this? Because I thought this was going to be a big ass story. And since it didn't, oh well. But it was nice, but it did help the comic book industry in a great time of need, because close to the end of the mid 90s, Marvel went bankrupt. Because people weren't buying it anymore. People realized it wasn't an investment issue. But, that just happens. So, with that, that's a quick synopsis of that storyline. Hopefully, this video will load. So I really don't want to do this on my phone. So, with that, I'm going to relax a little bit more today, and hopefully, we all have a good day. And I'll be right back with you.